Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be making some bookmarks. So yeah, here they are. I have already done the sketch layer, and this B bookmark I have made with the Ohuhu markers, and these three I'm going to make with watercolors. So let's start with the watercolors one first. But before that, I've made these other bookmarks too. This is a super cute cat bookmark that I made with my Ohuhu markers, and you can too, but you can use markers or watercolors. This is a really big one that I made with watercolors, and this one is with watercolors too. So yeah, these are a few more bookmarks that I've made, and the cat one was my favorite. I take that to school now. And yes, let's start with the first bookmark, which is a tulip. So for the tulip, I'm going to mix this really pinkish orangish color. It's really pretty. I really like this color actually. Just playing around with some pinks and yellows to make this color. And I've done the sketch for the tulip. I didn't want to make it freehand because I had not made tulips in a while, but you could do it freehand without a sketch layer first. I did an orangish tone on the top part and a more pinkish color on the bottom part of the tulip petal, and it looks something like this. I really like the way this is turning out, and I'm just doing the stem with some sap green mixed with a very warm light yellow to give this shade, and I'm making these leaves. For the leaves I'm just going to take a smaller brush and drag it on the page and give it a tip to make the leaf. You don't want to make a sketch of the leaf and then fill in colors. That would not give a really appealing look to the leaf, but just try this way. You could go for a smaller brush if you want to be more precise, or I have just used the normal size of brush that I am using for the tulip. That's completely your wish. And just darkening the stem now to give it some dimension and to make it look more believable, maybe like a stem. And then I'm going to do the other petals too. The same way, I'm just going to fill in the petals with some pink color, leaving some white spaces in between them for some some texture and making it look more like a tulip and with 4 different petals. I'm going to do this one little thing on the back too to make it look like the 4th petal. Now I'm going to darken the tulip at the bottom slightly, and then I'm going to sprinkle some paint onto the paper because this was just looking too flat, and after doing this tapping motion, there is pink and green paint everywhere, which looks really good and gives it an abstract vibe, which I'm enjoying a lot. So this looks really pretty. Yeah, and we're going to go in with some green. Use the same method, tap your paintbrush, and yeah, voila, there you have it. The next one is going to be some roses with a flower. So this one I'm going to do freehand. I have not done a sketch. So we're going to mix that same pinkish orangish color to make the rose, and you are going to go in with that color with the tip of your brush. Get some paint on that tip, like I'm doing here, and with the tip of the brush you're going to want to make a spiral on the sheet of paper. It just goes round and round, not exactly a spiral, but something that looks like a spiral, that's half broken, and it's just messy and dark at the center. And you're going to do something like this. Some lines are thicker, some are thinner, some are darker, some are very light. And then you're going to go in with some water mixed in with the paint to make the bigger leaves. As you can see here, these are, yes, the bigger leaves. Not the leaves, I'm so sorry, the bigger petals. Yeah, the bigger petals with some orangish pinkish color. You could mix in some yellow for more variation if you want to. Mix in some water and paint, and yeah, create something that looks good to you. So this is just an example. You can go with different colors. You might want to do a monochrome one, which is in blue, maybe red, I don't know, like it's completely your wish. So yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, there's nothing much to say here now. same thing. I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit. Yeah, so you want to extend this as much as you want to. I don't know how much. I mean, it's your wish. How big do you want this, or how small do you want the flower? Yeah, and then I'm going to just darken some of those petal layers, because why not? Why not? Yes. And then we're going to do another one on the right side bottom. You could think about the composition. This one was impromptu. I just thought of it while painting. I just thought the flower would look good there, and I just put it. So you could make variations out of this one. And then we're going to do leaves, a simple basic leaf in green, that same sap green mixed with yellow that we used for the previous one. And I'm going to have this curvy stem of the leaves, and the same technique, you are just going to pull or push the brush towards or away from you to create these triangular kind of pointy shapes for the leaves. You don't want to meddle with them too much or make outlines and then fill the leaves up with the paint, but you just want to pull it freely, and yeah, just the leaves, just let the leaves be there. I'm going to make a couple of leaves like this. These leaves are really fun to make. I just cannot stop doing that, but I have to stop at some point. I was about to give another branch of leaves, but then I thought that it wouldn't suit the piece so much, so I decided to make another flower, as you'll see in a second. I am going to add in another leaf because I just couldn't stop adding leaves. And then this was the flower I was talking about. I've just mixed some white into that pink color for a more opaque and pastel look. And then I'm going to add in some pink and yellow to the center, and some yellow colored dots for the center of the flower. And then I'm going to do some really tiny leaves with the same brush, but you could go in with a smaller brush. But I was pretty confident that I'll be able to do this, and the smaller leaves came out fine enough. I'm really happy with those. And then I'm going to darken this flower a little bit to the sides and on the top. Then we're going to blend that in with some water and just add some darker paint to the center of the flower to give it a more appealing effect. Ooh. And then we are on to the next bookmark, which has an illustration of books that are flying for some reason. I don't know. It just looks cute. So I'm just doing some very vibrant and bright colors on the books, and then I'm going to mix up some gray. For the gray I've used white and a little bit of brown for a warmer touch. And for the sky, I'm going to use the same gray, but instead of brown, just going to add some blue to that, and just going to paint in these splotches. This one is super fun. You could use a pen, make an outline of the illustration you want to, and just fill in colors really messily to give this effect that is just really nice. It's not that difficult to make. You cannot mess this up. And then I'm going to darken those colors of the books because they just faded out a little bit once I applied them and they dried. So yeah, I'm just going to add in those and some shadows and other details, and we're done. Then we're back to the tulips because the tulips had just faded out. The pink had just lightened after it had dried. So I decided to add some more detail with the dry on dry technique. Dry on dry technique, is it something? I don't know. Not dry on dry exactly. Yeah, it's wet on dry. Now we have got the honeybee here. Honeybee or a wasp? I don't know. It's a honeybee, I guess. And we're going to use the Ohuhu markers for this. And for the exact color name, this is the color anise from the 48 marker set, and this is a really pretty light pastel kind of yellow, and I really like this color. I'm just going to color in that bee, and then we're going to do all of the black stripes of the bee at first, and then we're going to do the yellow ones. There's nothing much to say here, just color in these stripes. So yeah. Okay, we're back with the yellow, and I'm just going to make these neat horizontal stripes. Then I'm going to fill in the white gaps, and this one also I'm doing the same way, and going to add some blush to the face. And yeah, we are done with the bee one. I've written be happy on this, and I'm just going to go in with some darker yellow, which is sunflower in the 48 color set. I'm going to darken the hand lettering on it and just add some finishing touches to my bee bookmark. And yeah, here we have these. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and these are some of the bookmarks that I have made, and you can try these out too. These are super simple bookmarks, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.